All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see you all. Let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, I was actually in the middle of talking to my sister, my little sister, and we were just we were just laughing. We were just laughing, just laughing. Okay, I'll explain to you what happened. So actually, you know what? It's probably best if you guys can even see me. So let's go ahead and make sure you guys can see me overall. Yes, there we go. All right, it looks like we're good here. Sorry. This time we're gonna have face cam on today, so you guys can see me while I play. Now let me skip this, and let me see. Let me make sure you guys are able to see me. All right, cool. Good. It's very good. All right, good. Good. It looks like, want to make sure that my movements are, lined up with my audio, because I got like a little... Want to make sure we are good overall. Yep, we're good. All right, cool. All right, yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome to the most relaxing stream of Fallout 4 you will ever watch. Today, we are going to continue where my videos left off for Fallout 4. I know it's been a minute since my last Fallout 4 video, because I've been playing a whole bunch of other things and doing a whole bunch of other things for you guys. Such as, basically, all of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's been a while. Chris! First time here. What faction are you rolling with? Are you siding with? It's actually a good thing that you're here, Chris, because I haven't decided yet. Because the mission I am currently on, I have to find the railroad. Hey, Kyushu, and wow, what a coincidence. I just finished the game yesterday. Oh, Gata, it's good to see you as well. I haven't decided yet which faction my first character here, at least on the next-gen update, is going to be. So we got to find the railroad and make our way from there. I think I need to blow my nose real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back, because this is going to distract me while I talk. It's going to distract me. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold fast. I'll be... All right, I'm back. Let me make sure... Let me make sure I'm lined up. Okay. Double check. Okay, all right, we're back. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Had to make sure I was all clear up here so that way it didn't distract me while we play. But, Chris, I have not decided what faction I wanted to roll with. Because this is just going to be the character where I just do basically anything with it. But whichever faction, frankly, for me, it kind of doesn't matter for me. I haven't decided yet. I still got to find the railroad. And I haven't touched this game since my last session. I've done a lot of things, such as turn Codsworth into like a full-on Assaultron, and kind of abuse the ability to level up myself very quickly with the little exploit that you can get when you get like a bot workbench, and just level myself up there. But I held off from getting to 50 because that was something I wanted to have on camera. So we have to find the railroad. And since my expertise of playing Fallout 4 is vastly superior to where it was when I was playing it originally, I've really learned to, pay attention when it comes to me getting legendary gear, and also found a good spot to farm for a piece of gear that I want, which in turn allowed me to get my hands on a bleeding combat shotgun. And where is my... And a machine gun, a minigun with explosive rounds. I remember watching my reactions to T-Bait. Did I ever read the web novel or the light novels? I haven't read either of those. I have been just mainly looking into the webcomic. I did do some reactions when I was reading the chapters and their specific light novel chapters alongside each other, but they were just like different, and actually some elements of the light novels would tell me stuff ahead of where the actual webcomic was. So I kind of held off on reading the light novel chapters, and I've just been mainly reading the webcomic and letting whatever happens in the webcomic surprise me that way. That's just me personally, but I've just been reading it that way. And that was the case with me when I was reading Solo Leveling as well. And Solo Leveling Ragnarok is supposed to be dropping on August 1st, so that's going to be a fun story to get back into after all that time I spent with Solo Leveling. I literally have so many people here on the channel because of my Solo Leveling readings that I am very excited to go dive back into the world of Solo Leveling outside of the anime and, see where the story of Jin Sun picks up. And I heard someone shooting. Also, CDs, good to see you. Good afternoon. And Kitty, good to see you as well. Hope all is well with you and the family. I gotta make sure I don't have the radio music on because I will instantly get copyright claimed because of it. Would I do a Solo Leveling recap stream like the day before it's released? A legendary raider. Okay, you just beheaded that person, turned them to ash. Irradiated Disciple's Serrated Blade. Ooh. That's interesting. Now, what am I doing with a Disciple's Blade before I even get to the Nuka World DLC? I don't know if I'll do like a whole Solo Leveling recap stream like the day before it releases. I mean, I could. I still remember enough from the story, but maybe we could. You know what? Yeah, I remember enough the story. I don't see why not. I always kind of resented that fact that they try to force you to be a good guy in Fallout 4. You always need to be finding your son. In the older ones, you could be a bad guy. And mind you, they introduced the concept of being like a bad person with Nuka World. However, by the time you start Nuka World, your character may have already formed attachments with people, because I remember when I was playing this originally, like to sum it all together, sure, I could do that. I could do that before we start Ragnarok. Also, thank you guys for the continued support of the channel. It means the world to me. Onwards to 100,000 subscribers. But, when I went through Nuka World, I had already formed, like, really big attachments to people, like Preston and everyone. They were so happy to see me. And then when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna run this entire amusement park that's just full of bandits and murderers and killers and whatnot, and I got back to Preston, and he was all like, I can't believe you would become a bandit. So the one thing that kind of gets on my nerves, and I agree with you, Chris, is the fact that, when you choose to be bad, the game does not treat you as a bad person completely. You do bad actions, yes, but it also treats you as if you could instantly go back to being a good person again. And that kind of alienates, it kind of alienates that whole spiel of, hey, what if I just wanted to massacre everyone and never deal with them ever? So that's something that I feel like Bethesda really dropped the ball on. Because let's be honest here. When it comes to a lot of games, not every game that introduces like some sort of morality system does it right. I mean, they do it right enough for you to be a good guy. I'm sorry, I'll keep moving. I'll keep moving. They do it enough for you to where you can truly feel like a good guy, but they don't go that mile of making sure that, hey, what if I don't want to be good? What if I just want to be evil? What if I just want to take out Mama Murphy and every single person in the museum, ignore them, and then just continue to try and find my son? Or what if I just want to take out every single person, excluding the kids, in this entire game, and I just want to rule over everywhere? That's one thing that Bethesda continues to drop the ball on even right now. Even if you want to be an evil person, they always leave an avenue for you to be a good person again, instead of just letting you fully embrace the role. It's not on the level of like Infamous, where you can truly be a bad person and the world changes as you continue to be bad. It's just something that Bethesda has never been able to get right. Yes, Nuka World feels like tacked on. Yeah. I mean, the one... You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because, sure, it introduces the concept of being a bandit, but it doesn't let you just flat out be one. Like, there's not a... Case in point. I got to the end of Nuka World during my original run on the PS4 version of this game. And I talked to Preston. And we had like a falling out, and he says, I can't believe you. And then my character says, like, the next time we see each other, we'll be at each other's throats. I'm paraphrasing, but you never actually get the chance to kill Preston. Like, he's still invincible. It's just that I'm not gonna talk to you forever. And I'm like, you know, the worst thing, the most villainous thing a bad guy can do, who's fully embraced his role as ruler of Nuka World, and is commanding this entire amusement park just full of bandits and the factions that you gave more favor to, is for you to be able to kill the person that wants you to be the good guy at the beginning of the game. And the game doesn't let you do that. It doesn't let you kill Preston. That could cement you as a truly evil person. Like, you could even get a perk like that. The Commonwealth fears you. You are known throughout the land and people shudder at your name. You could have a perk like that, but the Bethesda does not go that extra mile. You could be a bad person in Skyrim, but you'll never be seen as an evil person. Only your actions will be evil, but the world itself will not react to you being evil, save for like bounty systems or people trying to kill you because you're just being like you're just an annoying individual. So it's a truly missed opportunity. What if I want to join the bandits that are attacking Preston? I should be able to help them, maybe move up the ranks of the bandits. Yes, I agree with you there. That's the thing. That's the thing. Choice. Bethesda and their games like to give you the appearance of choice, but the choices are always something that steers you in the path of the hero or the savior. Like the sole survivor. The sole survivor is essentially a blank slate but at the end of the day, he can choose to be a person that is a savior to someone. And then you have the Dragonborn and Skyrim. You don't get the choice of just letting the world die or just ignoring. Well, you can't ignore the main quest, but the story does not progress unless you continue to be the person that devours the soul of dragons and defeats Alduin and prevents the end of the world. You don't get endings like you would in Elden Ring, where you can choose to be the Lord of Frenzied Flame and just let the world die. You don't get that choice, so it's kind of disappointing. But we got a new serrated Disciples Blade. I am definitely going to put this to use. This will be used to stab people repeatedly. Let me see, irradiated, and it does radiation damage, so I'm going to be making people's hair fall out and dismembering them as well. Yeah, we don't get to be the new Miraak. No, we don't. We don't fully get to be these evil individuals that we are either sent out on bounties to take out, have missions completely dedicated to, or we truly don't get to embrace that evil nature that games like to tease you with, but don't let you fully embrace. Yeah, I could be a vampire from Castle Volkihar, but I still gotta save the world. Yeah, I could be like a person that's like Miraak, like a dragon priest, and just allow Alduin to consume the world, but no, I have to stop him because the prophecy said so. No game really gives you a prophecy and then you have the choice of saying like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You don't, because the game won't allow you to, because they want you to be the savior of the world instead of letting you just be like, let the world die. I'm just speaking on as a person who's played different sides to games like this that introduce like being good or evil. I've played both sides, and it's like this evil side is the one that tends to be neglected. But that's just me. I'm sorry I spent a whole bunch of time talking about that. My sincerest apologies. Codsworth, wherever you are, continue to do some work. I'll take all these rounds. I feel like more games need to give you the option to truly be an evil individual. And I don't know if they're ever going to make a game like this, or the good guys actually being good guys. Eric, it's good to see you. Yeah.
Shit. Lost him.
Yeah, because that's another thing as well. Not every game gets good guys right. Like, some of them... I poked him in the back, and he died. I'm not mad, I'm just surprised. Also, knives in this game are kind of OP. My problem with Codsworth as a follower is he always seems to bug out for me every time. Eventually, he will not attack anything anymore. I actually have a video when I was trying to fight a Courser. And...
I dare you.
Hold on, let me kill this disrespectful guy, because I'm trying to have a nice, relaxing conversation with all of you. And he's speaking as if he's been allowed to speak. Yeah, there it is. Legend of the Wastes. Reach level 50. This is something I wanted on camera. So I have Codsworth with me, and that was only because he was with me when I took on the Courser. Frankly, I don't need Codsworth anymore. I would rather have Piper, since I kind of blossomed a relationship with Piper, and I like Piper. So I'm just up here just looting, and we gotta find our way to the railroad. And plus, I like the dialogue with Piper, since she's, you know, like, she's a big, news buff, so anything that has to deal with anything important in the Commonwealth, I like having her with me there for the commentary. But Codsworth, you've done enough. I think it's time to bid Codsworth adieu. And do I really want to keep wearing the Silver Shroud gear? I managed to do the Silver Shroud gear and save the guy who could upgrade my gear so it's at its maximum, but part of me just wants to keep wearing like my good stuff. Like all of my good stuff, I just want to keep wearing those. Well, I wouldn't say good stuff, but just, you know, Silver Shroud armor is nice and all, but sometimes I want to look like I'm a Vault Dweller. So yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to Sanctuary. Speaking of Piper, why is there no in this game? I mean, realistically speaking, that's an interesting segue to go the think that from me talking about Piper. But I feel like there are those sorts of things. It's just not something. I believe that's a thing, but just not something that would be either in the game or something that people would really be into doing due to the high amounts of radiation. I'm just spitballing some random ideas here. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if there is no such thing as that in this world, but I think there is. It's just that Bethesda doesn't really showcase that, even if it were an option. And now I need to remember where I sent Piper. I think I sent Piper back to... I think I sent Piper back to Diamond City. I don't think she's here. I don't think she's here. It's been a number of weeks. It's been a month since I last played this, so I can't exactly remember. Hold on, there's Preston. Avoid him at all costs because I am not trying to help someone else with a settlement. There's Ada, because I still need to do the Mechanist mission.
My company. You and I make quite an effective team. I trust you've completed your business with Jezebel. I hope she wasn't too difficult.
I got what we needed.
Good. What did she say we need to access the Mechanist facility?
I need to outfit a robot with something called an MSAT. Jezebel gave me the plans.
A custom modification that acts as a key to the Mechanist facility. Very smart. In fact, chances are high the MSAT may be required for multiple access points, like a robot identification card. As for my task, I was able to decrypt the signal with the final radar beacon. The source is coming from a Robco sales and service center, most likely a front for a larger operation. It's time to take the offensive. Have you formulated a plan?
It's time to confront the Mechanist.
I hope you're allowed the opportunity. I too am curious as to what the Mechanist would have to say. Now, if you're ready, I believe you have an MSAT to install. Would you allow me to assist you on this mission?
Of course, Ada. Let's go.
Lead the way.
All right. Okay, there's Sturgis. Also, I need to upgrade Ada, because every time I've seen Ada, she's always had these little stubby legs in order for her to get around, and I feel like that's not doing Ada justice considering everything. She deserves legs. Even though she can keep up very quickly when I'm moving away, she deserves like a actual ensemble. Better legs for Ada. And her right arm, she needs like an actual Assaultron stuff. There we go.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
There we go. When I restore Jezebel, I always restore her with the worst robot body, hot pink paint job, and at that abandoned shack with the Mirror Queen. Because, yeah, Jezebel's annoying. There she is. I kept her with basics. I gave her like an Assaultron body, but I gave her like Protectron arms, stubby hands. Here's Codsworth. You know what? I'm gonna turn Codsworth back into his Mr. Handy, because all of the Assaultron bodies are basically and functionally almost, you know, feminine in body shape. So on Codsworth, he don't need it. He don't need it. Torso. Mr. Handy. But at least I got him clean with like a white paint job. I'm trying to remember how to make a Mr. Handy body, because I completely forgot. Ah, there we go. Thruster arm. Middle hand. Left hand. Hold on. Mr. Handy, Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy. Okay, there we go. Ah, there it is. I was wondering where the other eyes were. Okay, there we go. Thruster arm. Arm, arm, arm. Not worried about armor. Pincer. Flamer. Right hand. Saw. Alright, Codsworth, you are back to your old regular Mr. Handy self. Oh, looks like we got a package.
Well done.
There we go. That feels better. All right, so I'm still leave Ada because we need to find the railroad and progress the main story.
Hey.
I'd be happy to help if I can.
Wait there.
Very well. I'll remain. Here you are. I hope these help.
Hey.
I'd rather accompany you, but it's your decision.
Hey, Ada.
How may I be of service, sir?
We should go our separate ways.
I'd prefer to remain by your side, but I'll abide by your command.
Stay here at Sanctuary Hills. Let's go find Piper. Got Mama Murphy walking around here. I'm pretty sure I told Piper to go back to Diamond City. I'm pretty sure I did. There's Preston. Avoid him at all costs. Yeah, I think I told Piper to go back to Diamond City. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it is so surreal to be playing Fallout 4 and I'm not waiting 2 minutes in order for me to get into a brand new place. It feels kind of really, really surreal.
Piper.
There she is.
You're not going to believe what happened. Shan Kowalski tried to kiss me.
No! What'd you do?
What I do? I knocked him on his ass. Now I've got detention.
Oh, Natalie. Never change. And you're super grounded. Now go.
Man.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load. Or, you know, if you need anything proofread. Never thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful.
CJ, it's good to see
Hey,
you.
Piper.
Heading my way?
Sure, let's go.
Will do.
Haha. All right, let's go. All right, I forgot I leveled up as well. All right, so everything's maxed out for melee mods. I can upgrade that Disciple's Serrated Blade with radiation. I can upgrade that. What'll be another good one? Gain more ammo, or I can just kill people with my blade. Toughness is up. I want to be able to carry more stuff, so let's put a point into strength. That way I can get the strong backpack mule perk. And then I'll start working on the big leagues because like my dude's goatee, well thank you. I had to model him after someone who I had to model him after a very handsome person that I know. But I'm going to work on increasing the melee because not strangely enough, but the most powerful weapon in the game is not a fat man. It's not an explosive minigun. It's not even the combat shotgun with wounding effects on it. It's actually that one Disciple's Blade you get when you side with the Disciples in Nuka World that does an insane amount of melee damage. Mix that with the melee perk and the ninja perk and sneaking, and you are capable of one-shotting Deathclaws, even on the hardest difficulty. So yeah, melee weapons and bare-handed fists, like beating people up with your fists, it can get quite busted, even after all these years. But CJ, we are here. Everyone is here to relax, whether they are veterans of the channel or they're here for the very first time. This is a channel for this is a stream for relaxing today. So we are focusing on finding the railroad. So I need to go to Mass Peak Tunnel West, which is where the start of the railroad location is. And we just need to make our way up. I wonder if you could create a character at least close to Bastion in this game. If anything, the closest thing you'd be able to do with that would be to create a character in Cyberpunk rather than Fallout. Because Fallout is not necessarily... Ooh, Nuka-Cola. Quantum. And there's tape? There's tape? And I forgot to go back to my house and upgrade my serrated blade, because I know I can do some things with this. Hold on, we're going back to Sanctuary. But I feel like if I wanted to create a character more like Bastion, I would play Cyberpunk and then create a character that looks like him that way. Even though I don't think they give you the option to turn your skin pink.
A lot less hair if you stick around here too much longer.
So Cyberpunk would be a better option. Not only that, but because you'd be more like Bastion if you were to play Cyberpunk because of all the, you know, augmentations you can give yourself and the ability to hack not only people, but also different objects in the world of Night City. So Cyberpunk 2077 would be a better option in trying to make a character like Bastion, even though everyone would still be calling you V. Get that light. I keep forgetting that I can turn on my Pip-Boy light so you guys can actually see. That's on me. Alright, so we have Hacking Blade, the Knife Blade, the Serrated Hacking Blade, and the Cutlass. I need to get Big Leagues to rank 5 before I can switch this. Before I can switch this to the Cutlass Blade. Because this will also cause targets to bleed on top of the radiation damage. Because the Knife Blade does it, but it's weak. Chance to cripple, extra limb damage, exceptional damage. So I need to get Big Leagues to rank 5. And I have more than enough adhesive and steel in order to do it. So yeah, I'll be fine. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can remember how to do this, because we might be able to level up myself very, very, very quickly here in a moment. Hold on.
Hey, Codsworth.
May I accompany you, sir?
Yes.
Splendid.
Hey, Codsworth. You sure you're up for this?
Miss Piper, I can think of no greater honor.
And then go cancel, going to public occurrences. Too bad, nothing terrifies me more than Deathclaws. Deathclaws are terrifying, especially like the alpha ones and the elder ones. Okay, so let me see. Let me save first. Let me save my game. Yep, it's been a minute since I last played this. The last time I played this was roughly almost 2 months ago. Almost 2 months ago. That's how long it's been. Ain't it crazy to think that tomorrow will mark a full month that Shadow of the Erdtree has been out for Elden Ring? Okay, let me see if I can remember how to do this properly. Let me see. I gotta remember. Okay. I gotta talk to Codsworth. It's too bad there are no sentient Deathclaws in this game. The older games had very intelligent Deathclaw societies. Yes, I read up on that. And they're incredibly... There's a bunch of incredibly intelligent Deathclaws out there, but I feel like when Bethesda did Fallout 4, they wanted to lean into the direction of Deathclaws are dangerous. All of them are, with none of them being docile, save for the one where you deliver an egg back to the nest and then it leaves you alone, or the ones you cause to appear in cages when you build them within your settlement. And even then, that has its limitations, because sometimes when I did that, the Deathclaws went insane and they tried to kill me, and then I had to mount their head on my mantle. But I feel like they really haven't embraced all of their history with a lot of their stuff with Fallout. But then again, this is me just being like, Bethesda hasn't been the same in a number of years.
Hey,
Can I be of service?
heads up.
I'm all ears.
Heads up.
Something you need,
Look
sir?
alive. Look alive.
Right then.
Dang it, I was trying to... Okay.
Sir,
Hey,
what's mine is yours, sir.
No. It wasn't right. No, I waited too late.
hey.
Sir, here's what I have.
Codsworth. Nope. It's not working. I keep doing it too late.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
heads up.
Sir? Of course.
I did it wrong. Again. I did it wrong again. And I took something that I didn't need to take from him. I don't need the rolling pin.
Heads up.
Yes, sir. Right then.
There we go. All right, Codsworth. Then we go to Torso. Then we go to Mr. Handy Torso. And I think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. Torso. Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. I think I'm supposed to... create a piece. Such as a Protectron torso. I think I'm supposed to create a torso piece. If only they had an option where it would put all of his stuff back on him. Oh, I realized what I did wrong. I realized what I did wrong. Hold on. Load. Okay, we're gonna do this right. I'm trying to do it based off of memory. I'm hitting some steps, but not all of them. So take all.
Rubbish.
Oh, okay. I think I did this wrong again. Okay, new automatron. I'm trying to remember how to do this right. Codsworth. Man, I'm trying to remember how I did this before. Oh wait, I could just use Jezebel because I don't like her. Never mind. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it. And then... I might need to look it up to make sure that I'm doing it right. Because I was just doing this not too long ago. Fallout 3 was my first Fallout. Just give Jezebel no limbs. Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about not giving her any limbs. There's something I'm trying to do specifically. There's something I'm trying to do specifically so I can level up really, really quick so I can upgrade my blade that I have. But I'm trying to do it based off of memory because I haven't done it in 2 months. And I might need to look it up again. I might need to look it up again, so let's see.
At least now I'll have time to work on my pi to the last
Hey.
digit calculation.
You need, sir?
Hey,
Sir?
hey,
Sir?
heads up.
Of course.
Nope, I moved too slow.
Heads up.
Right then.
There we go. Jezebel. Torso. There we go. So I'm not pressing the X button because I was transferring a lot of things over to Cogsworth, but now I am pressing just the right button now. And that counts as me making a new Protectron torso, and I'm leveling up because of it. So, if I speed things up... And it only works when you're using the directional buttons and not necessarily the analog stick. Halster, good to see you. I'm exploring the game so I can level up quickly so I can upgrade my blade. Did I get a well-rested bonus for this? I did not. But it's all good. I realize I gotta keep my hands above the camera whenever I'm doing this. Exploitations! I called this the most relaxing stream of Fallout 4 you'll ever watch, and all people are going to be hearing is just the sound of me transferring things over. Let's go one more level, and then I'll stop. Time for infinite XP. Yep. And it turns out the method that I was remembering, I don't need to hit the X button. I can literally just press the directional button to the side to switch my own category, and that counts as me making...
Look alive.
Sir? What's mine is yours, sir.
Codsworth weapons, miscellaneous. Thank you. All of this stuff. Put it right back in my inventory again. All of my ammo. Take all the loot. Store it again. And I sent Piper to public occurrences.
Look alive.
Here's what I have.
And then I'll just give him the weapons that I don't want to carry. There we go. Rolling pin. Okay, so we have leveled up 6 times. So we can start to put some points into... How many ranks is this going to take? Oh, yep. I can max out Big League right now. And that leaves an extra one for more carrying space. Which means I can move around and do a whole bunch of damage.
My databanks are continuing to accumulate vast amounts of data regarding the Commonwealth.
All right, let's transfer any weapons I'm not using. Tesla rifle, I'm not using that. Cryogenics left arm and cryogenics metal right arm. Yeah, I got these. Got a Courser uniform if I wanted to. I tried making a build for a Courser in the beginning days. Did I have a weapon called Tetanus? Yes, it is a rusted pipe. It is a rusted pipe that does bleed damage. It's a rusted pipe that does bleed damage. I call it Tetanus. I wonder if Piper's still here. I think she's actually fully gone. I don't think I'm going to see her walking all the way back to Diamond City. Matter of fact, has that ever been shown? Ah, there she is. Wow, she didn't get far. Turns out that exploit didn't take as long as I thought. Piper, I'm right here.
What's the angle here?
Hey, Piper.
Heading my way?
Sure, let's go.
Will do.
Miss Wright, I trust you'll do your best to put the safety of my master before your own personal gain.
Of course, Codsworth. Jesus. Lucky for me, those two things go hand in hand.
All right, Codsworth, you go back to Sanctuary Hills, and now we chill with Piper. Now. And I say this, and I still haven't upgraded the blade yet. I was literally about to teleport over. That's hilarious. I like to have comedic timing when I'm naming weapons. Like, let's see, Bane of Humanity is an institute pistol that does more damage against humans, and I've been, basically liquefying so many people with this. Exsanguinate, which is a medical term for, bleeding, is what I give to this combat shotgun that does bleed damage. Inevitable is what I gave this sword that does more damage with each consecutive hit, and I need to get a good name for this blade once we max it out. Then I have my pistol, which used to be called Kellogg's pistol, but it is now my pistol. Slapback, just a random name. Tetanus for the rusted, bleeding, rusted pipe. And then the end, which I gave to my minigun that shoots explosive bullets. A bit on the nose, I know, but... So now, I need to come up with a good name for this blade that... Ooh, never mind, I already came up with a name with it. I already know what name I'm going to give this blade. This blade that will do bleed damage, radiation damage. I know what I'm going to call it. Let me see. That's hilarious. Say, Kyushu, ever since I don't really remember you doing this kind of accent or voice before, can you say, Chelsea Green in a Slight Valley Girl accent? She's a wrestler in WWE. The female announcer almost always introduces her like that. You want me to do a Valley Girl accent for Chelsea Green? Chelsea Green! Is that... You want me to do a voice like that? Piper, whenever you get ready, I'm gonna need to use the workbench, if you please. But I know what name I'm gonna... Actually, I don't have to wait. Excuse me.
Anything I can do? You just say the word.
The word is move away from the bench. Thank you, Piper.
If you wanted to make me a second printing press while you're at it.
All right. Targets bleed. Exceptional damage. Preston like that. Preston, I don't care what you like. Okay. Time to take the irradiated Disciple's Cutlass and call it Gamma Knife. I feel good about this one. Because not only does it cause bleeding, but it also causes radiation as well. I wish radiation actually had a visible effect that you could see when it happened to enemies in this game. Because you get fire, obviously, you get shock, people get turned into ash, or, you know, chopped into pieces. But I really wish that radiation had like a visual effect that people could see to let you know that, hey, this enemy's been irradiated. Probably won't last long for them. It probably won't be good for them. But no, it just does additional damage, but I wish it had like a visual indicator. I wonder why the Brotherhood of Steel is circling around this location. Are there enemies over there that I should be aware of? Must I take drastic steps? They're getting shot at by something. It's definitely not the fly.
Now we'll get to it.
Who's shooting at you?
Hey.
Who did that? Was that Piper? Since there's no one shooting at him now, I guess they just going straight up and leave. Okay. All right. Now let's go find the railroad. No, I keep going to the wrong place. Parkview Apartments. Oh, wait, that's the wrong place. Hold on, where is... No, this was the wrong place. Yeah, this was the wrong place. Boss Common. Where's the other location? It led into, like, a subway. Great. I forgot where it was. Good Neighbor, Boston Common. Where is... Is it Mass Pike Tunnel East? I think it's Mass Pike Tunnel East. Like I said, it's been 2 years. My apologies. Well, that was rude, whoever left that there. We're all good here, Piper. I don't know why you're going up that way. I'm over here. I've literally forgotten where I need to go. It's not over there. I forgot where I needed to go. Like, the exact location of where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be near this, like, this small little pond area. Wow, how did I forget? Diamond City, Parkview Apartments, Hardware Town, Boston Police Rationing Station. I forgot where I needed to go. I am so sorry. I thought I was just going to be able to just go there immediately, but no. Okay, so let's just start over from Good Neighbor and then backtrack to the beginning of the area. I was so sure I had this place marked. When I get close to its location, it's going to dawn on me, and then I'm going to be upset that I forgot it. Combat Zone. Trinity Plaza, Trinity Tower. I think it's near the Combat Zone. Yeah, it's near the Combat Zone. Yeah, it's near the Combat Zone, and I just need to go outside of it. My apologies, everyone. I was so sure that I remembered where it was. Yeah, it's right over here. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Park Street Station. I couldn't see it because it was mixed in with the other locations. We're gonna leave it alone. We're
First mistake, last mistake. Nah, they never just want to talk.
What perk did I just get for my melee? You now do double damage with a melee weapon and gain a chance to cripple your opponent or grand slam their head clean off. Okay. I wonder, are we strong enough to take on Swan? Because this thing always scared me when I was weaker. But I'm strong now. Just to be on the safe side. Oh yeah, did you guys know John Cena's retiring? Yeah, I found that. I learned that, I want to say a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. I want to say a week ago. Hold on. Settings, gameplay, normal difficulty, just so you guys can see. Oh, he's crippled. I crippled him. What's up, Swan? What's up, Swan? Ooh, Furious Power Fist. Increased damage after each consecutive hit on the same target. Nice, this joke is giving me some nice looking melee weapons. Heavy combat armor, metal bucket. Yeah, I'll take the heavy combat armor. Alright, we're good. Swan won't be bothering us again. At Journey's End, follow Freedom's Lantern.
7A.
So now we just follow this. And just look for the railroad. Piper, watch my back. Swan was a janitor in the institute that they experimented on. Chris, my knowledge and memories of significant details and little Easter eggs for this game are very, very sketch. So thank you. Because honestly, I did not know that.
A.
Okay, goes through there, comes over here. That are holotapes hidden in the park that have him speaking about his experiences in the Institute. Oh, we'll have to go back and check those out later. It's been a while. Hey, no one would be mad at you if you didn't remember everything from Fallout 4, because it has been a number of years since this game has been out. Had a little bit of frame drops there for a moment.
3I.
I don't think there's going to be any super mutants around here because I believe I killed them earlier. No, if anyone decides to pick a fight with us, they're in trouble. I'm the one with the murderous knife. Just to be on the safe side, I'll hold it in front of me. I'm keeping an eye out just in case. Because people like to jump me when I'm exploring.
What was that?
Let's play, little human!
Now, as I was saying, good name for the instigating disciple's knife, the one tap? You're not wrong, but enemies are not exactly dying in one hit, so it wouldn't be entirely accurate, which is why I went with gamma knife. You know, gamma radiation, and it's a knife. So, and plus, a gamma knife is an actual medical instrument, so that kind of lined up with what I was going with.
8D next. One R. The trail ends right at the church.
Here we go. Old North Church. Let me just say this as a service announcement to anyone who's watching. It is always good to stretch after sitting down or remaining still for a long period of time. Your body will thank you. Use stealth and the teleportation skills sneak attack people from far away, and you can one-tap a glowing Mirelurk Queen with it. Oh, I know. I know. Sneaking, that's the reason why I brought it up. That's the reason why I brought up the knife you get from the disciples, because that one specific knife has ludicrous amounts. I think that, actually, you know what? Let me look that up real quick. Legendary Disciples Blade. Let's see. There it is. Throat Slicer. Then again, I think this is, if it's instigating, it does double damage on the target with full health. But here's the thing, though. That's a good name for the instigating Disciples Knife. I have an irradiated. So I would need to try and farm for a Disciples Knife someplace in order to get an instigating version. Can I do the Chelsea Green announcer voice again, Q? Samantha Irving always puts cool and unique spins on certain names and the like. For example, she announces Gunther in a slight German accent. Chelsea Green! But that'll be it for the Valley Girl voice.
Damn.
I don't think irradiation is going to do much against us. Don't think radiation is going to do much against ghouls, since they're already irradiated. Do you know how to loot lock legendaries? Yes. Go into a building. Well, save outside of a building first, then go into a building. Then, if you have the weapon you want, load from the autosave of you entering into the building so that the special effect of the weapon you're trying to get changes, but not the weapon itself. That's how I got my hands on this wounding shotgun and the minigun with explosive rounds. So yeah, I know how to loot lock stuff. And the places I always go is the National Guard's place, and it took me a whole bunch of tries, a whole bunch of reloads in order for me to get this wounding combat shotgun, which is incredibly busted. That was hilarious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't get up. I know my way around. Good stuff. That's how I got my explosive minigun on my last gameplay. Man, one thing I will say about Fallout 4, especially since it's, like moving smoothly at a 60 FPS, you can enjoy it more now that you're far more knowledgeable about it. Piper, first of all, tell me how you're doing that, and then teach me. Tell me how you're doing that, and then teach me. One thing I'm probably going to be doing after... Oh, it's over here. One thing I'm probably going to be doing, but that'll be after I platinum the game so that I don't need to worry about mods messing with anything, is messing with slow motion mods in this game. Because slow motion mods are incredibly fun.
How far down do you think these go? Watch your dick, Blue!
What'd you say? Because I'm going to be making more files. One that are going to be centered around like different factions, such as the Minutemen, the Railroad, the Institute, the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood of Steel one I'm working on now, and it's very fun.
It spins. So it starts with R?
I know what I gotta spell out. It's spelled out Railroad. Back, medicine is wonderful. Welcome back, Kitty. Glad everything worked out. Did you hear about the TMNT and Naruto crossover? No, I did not actually. Do tell. Would you like to know more? Yes, I would. It's dark in here. Turn on the lights, please.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the Railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. Who told you how to contact us?
Dr. Amare.
Dr. Amari told me how to find you.
Very interesting. Last question. Why are you here?
I tracked down and killed a courser at Green Tech Genetics. Now I need help breaking the code on his courser chip.
You have what? This is not a joking matter.
I didn't know we were having a party. What gives with my invitation? Oh, I see you invited the Courser Killer. Nice.
Deacon, you're late. You're saying this intruder actually killed a courser? Single-handedly? Oh, that'd give even Gloria a run for her money.
Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal. If you're done interrogating him, you might want to show this Courser murdering machine a little courtesy, Just a thought.
I owe you an apology. Anyone who kills a courser is good in my book. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the Railroad.
Hopefully we can work something out.
What you're asking for puts us in a tricky position.
Des, we need to let him in. He's got an intact Courser chip, for God's sake.
That violates our security protocols.
To hell with that. He killed a Courser. There's no way he's working for the Institute.
We're letting you into our headquarters. You're the first outsider ever to be given this privilege. We'll discuss the details about your chip inside.
Well, we found the railroad. Nice gun you got there, Glory. Mine's better. Psycho, it's good to see you. And Kitty, you say, did you hear about Microsoft stopping the world? Was it because of the IT thing that happened? Because I heard about that. Yeah, CrowdStrike outage causes global IT outage. Yeah. CrowdStrike security update impacts airports, hospitals, banks around the world. A CrowdStrike security update was automatically installed across Microsoft servers early Friday morning. Yeah. Cybersecurity company founded in 2011 owns more than 10 different security and IT tools, and according to the company's website, is involved with almost 300 of the Fortune 500 companies, 6 out of the top 10 healthcare providers, 8 of the top 10 financial service firms, and 8 of the top 10 technology firms. Not only that, but people's computers were being impacted as well. People were getting blue screens of death because of this restarting state. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to happen to places that require their systems to be pristine at all times. Specifically, and most importantly, hospitals. Things that happen like this makes you wonder, makes it seem like, it's not just certain game devs who don't test their stuff. Looks like it's gigantic billion-dollar companies who don't exactly test their updates before they get the certification before they get put out on systems. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, I hope no one has been negatively impacted by this.
A million things can go wrong, the least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to sound like I'm making fun. Because I really am not. Because a lot of people's lives depend on their systems working 100% of the time without any issues. And since this is an issue, I really hope there are no long-lasting side effects to this. Planes also lost contact. That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. But,
Hey, Des. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a Courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh man, it's been ages!
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the Courser chip.
Fine. It's yours.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right, little Courser chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you. We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you Institute bastard, I got you. All right, solve for n. Come on. Show me that sweet base number. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Hey, yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
Start working on the rest of the chip. And you, I'd love to work with you more. Let me know if you're interested. But to be crystal clear, if you use that data and discover anything involving the Institute, you share it with us first. Otherwise, our relationship will be in jeopardy.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Because with this file, I'm just going to be like, you know, run-of-the-mill goody two-shoes, help out everyone, be nice to everyone. Another file, I'm going to be focused on being, you know, like a scientist. Where are my scientist glasses? Hold on, let me get my glasses. My next file, other than my Brotherhood of Steel, will be focused on being a scientist and helping the Institute. And basically turning my dude into a super smart... Well, there's a Fudge Muppet. They got a whole bunch of builds that I can possibly piggyback off of. So I could probably do that. Desdemona acts like she has anything to force you to cooperate with the railroad. She doesn't. Which is why, if you choose to destroy the railroad, they have little in ways of stopping you. Because when Desdemona speaks to you, she says, like, our whole operation will be in jeopardy. And I'm like, I haven't been here long enough to care if your operation is in jeopardy. I'm just here to get the code to figure out what I need to do in order to find my son again. And that's really all that all the main Soul Survivor has to really offer.
If we're going to be dealing more with each other, I need to make sure that we're on the same page.
Don't try anything,
you know
stranger.
what a synth is, right?
Yeah, I know all about them.
Good. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
That sounds like slavery.
Exactly. So we seek to free the synths from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
Once, I pledged my life to protect my countrymen. I don't see this as any different.
Well said. Someone with your skills, your beliefs. Normally, we'd try and recruit you. But right now, we don't have the time to train up a new agent. There are, however, other valuable ways you can contribute. And in turn, we can help you. See Deacon for details. You're free to go.
I find it hilarious how she says I'm free to go as if...
Just as we stay here until you leave. No pressure.
Let's avoid Deacon, because we don't need to talk about him. Talk with Deacon. No, I'm not gonna worry too much about doing anything railroad related right now. I'm just focused on getting the information I need in order to find the survivor's son. Now, what I find funny is that when you allow a whole horde of synths to come in and pretty much attack everyone in the railroad, it's kind of funny when that happens. Speaking of builds, I found a build for your girl Sharon on First Ascended. Nice, man. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Godjill has been out there being busy because he's already got his hands on like 5 ultimate weapons already. And I haven't played too much, like too often, because I've been, you know, running the channel and coming up with new things to do for you guys. But I'll get back on First Ascendant a little later on. But I think we got what we need. Let's head on over. To Virgil.
I'm gonna have a lot more limbs and a lot less hair if we stick around here too much longer.
I'm strong, but my sneaking ability... Go see Virgil. 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 Piper. 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 Get in here, Piper. Get in here, Piper. Because sometimes enemies like to follow you into locations. And I would hate for that Deathclaw to follow me in this cave. I don't think your machine guns are gonna stop it if it wants to come in this way. You could at least have a gate. Like a metal gate. Your only defenses are 2 machine gun turrets that don't even look like they're heavy machine gun turrets.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a Courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any promises, but if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one person, even you.
I got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there. For both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Why didn't his turrets shoot you the first time you come in? Plot armor. Because frankly, there shouldn't be any reason why those turrets don't automatically turn on me and then start shooting me. There's literally no reason why they wouldn't do that. They don't do it because the story requires that you survive to even get in there, so that, sure, it'll be aimed at you and the lights will flash on you, but these turrets won't automatically shoot at you, giving you a sense like, whoever has these turrets, maybe they don't want to kill me just yet, so maybe let me hear them out. Because if they open fired, the Deathclaw is still there. We're going to teleport away. We are going to teleport away. Safe. But yeah, plot armor is what protected us from having the turrets just fill us full of holes.
You, that's a different story.
Alright, Sturgis. Oh god, I gotta talk to Preston. I have to talk to No. Let me... See, the thing is, Preston's the type of person, thank God for fast travel, yes. Even though I feel... Not yet, Ada. Not quite yet. See, the thing about Preston is... When I talk to him, he's the type of individual, Piper, you should not be sitting on the ground. Hold on, where's the best chair? Where is the best chair? A clean one, like a pristine one. I know I got some, it's just out all the way on the side. Time Lord boy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Piper, if you want to sit down, you got plenty of places. But the thing that, and I'm reluctant to go in there, because the thing about Preston, he's the type of individual that will happily talk to you But then you need to be careful talking to him for too long because he's going to want you to do something. Which is why whenever I do something important for Preston and I get done with it, I immediately run away from him so he doesn't say, like, I got something different for you. Like, watch. I'm going to quick save right here. The first thing he's going to say to me is, like, I got something different for you. And I got to interrupt him.
What do you need, General?
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. Our scouts have found a promising spot for a new settlement. Once you clear it...
See what I mean? You see what I mean? He wasted no time trying to tell me, like, Sturgis would be able to help you out. I found a new spot for a new settlement. Trying to say it real fast so you get stuck. So that you could get stuck into doing another mission for him. Didn't Preston already know about your son like a while back, unless you never told him? I told him. I told him why I was doing what I was doing. He was in the vicinity when Mama Murphy was saying, like, I see a son. He's over in Diamond City. You and I know your pain. And, like, he was there in the vicinity when my dude was all like, please tell me more. I need more to go on. Preston was right next to me. He heard the discussion. We talked about it. When I've actually, maybe we didn't talk about it enough because I don't like talking to Preston because he keeps trying to get me to save people. And I'm tired of him telling me, like, there's another settlement that needs your help, or I got something different for you. I feel like I've talked to him about my son before. I feel like I've talked about him before. Did have issues with my PC, the blue screen to death, but I was able to move to my laptop that doesn't run off of Windows. So that's the deal with Preston. He's always, look at that, look at that, look at that. I backed away and the game automatically counts it as like, So you want to help out Preston, do you? Preston cares nothing about you. Oh, your son's been kidnapped? That sucks. Anyway, I know a settlement that needs your help. Chris, that is by far the best continuing example of why I don't like Preston. Oh, that's horrible. Your wife died? That's horrible. Anyway, I got a settlement that needs help. Oh, your son's been kidnapped? That's devastating. Now I know why you're fighting so hard. Anyway, I got a settlement that needs help. This is the reason why people make fun of Preston. I don't know of anyone who plays Fallout 4 that says they genuinely enjoy Preston as an individual, because Preston keeps putting you on fetch quests when you don't want to be on fetch quests. What if I just want to talk to Preston because I just want to talk to him about himself? Me, General? Oh, I'm doing great. By the way, I know a settlement that needs help. Preston, I'm not asking you what settlement needs help. I'm asking you how you are. I'm doing great, General. By the way, there's a settlement that needs help. Preston! I need you to listen to my words carefully.
Would you like me to go with you?
How are you, Preston? I'm doing good, General. By the way, I know of a settlement that needs help. And that's the reason why you being unable to kill Preston, even if you become the leader and ruler of Nuka World, becomes so much more grating. Because some people just don't want to hear Preston at all. Preston, that chair is not for you. That is meant for Piper. I've added another reason. That's Piper's chair, and you're sitting in it. Preston treats this general like a subordinate. No, he treats the... He doesn't treat you like a subordinate. He treats you like you and him are on the same level. Because, can I just say this? It is so funny how Bethesda does their games as if the only person who is capable of doing anything of note is the main character. No one else does anything that the main character can do, like go out on missions on their own or solve problems on their own. It has always been the same with Bethesda with their games, where everything that progresses the literal world around you weighs heavily on your shoulders. Bethesda creates games where the world revolves around you. So things that require the Minutemen to do things, as a general, you can't send Minutemen out to take care of situations that Preston would normally have you do. You know, as the Minutemen would normally be instructed to do by their general. If the lore is anything to go by, you can't send Minutemen to go out to a settlement by themselves so they can handle a situation. You can't make sure that the people who are trained to be Minutemen are capable of defending themselves, they got good weapons, or something like you would normally expect when you're told to be a general. Generals normally instruct other people to do things, depending on the military system. But here, you are the general. You are the leader of the Minutemen, especially if you get to the end of the Minutemen's mission. Like its entire quest line, where you get the whole suit, you get like a special gun. It's been a number of years since I tried to do that storyline, but you get a nice looking suit. You're now formally known as the leader of the Minutemen to usher in an era of peace and cooperation for people throughout the Commonwealth, but you're still the only person who is going out to settlements, defending settlements, recruiting settlements. You are the one who's doing that. You can't send nobody out to do nothing. You can't send nobody out to defend a place. You can't send Minutemen out to patrol locations or even take out entire bandit encampments, which is something a general would instruct people to do. You are the delivery boy. You are the general who does all the work, while Preston gets to walk around Sanctuary Hills for all of his days, and occasionally defend Sanctuary from people who are trying to raid it. That is your role. So you have to pardon me if I don't want nothing to do with Preston, if he only sees me as a person to do something that he's apparently been doing his entire time as a Minuteman. Suddenly he ain't doing it no more. Like, look at him. Look at him. He ain't even got his gun out. This is not time for you to be slacking. You are literally one of the last Minutemens out there, aside from the people whose settlement have decided to join us, and you won't even have your gun out. You're not patrolling. You are just walking around. You are doing nothing of note as a Minuteman, but I'm doing your job. But you want me to lead you? But you're always telling me where to go? Kind of like Link, like, don't you have an army, bro? Help me. Seriously. There's Oxhorn, but he's a paid Bethesda shield if I've ever seen one. Well, there is Oxhorn, but he's a paid Bethesda shield. Is Oxhorn like a real person, or is Oxhorn like a character in a game? Right, I'm supposed to be talking to Sturgis. Sorry. I got so distracted and hung up on, you know, talking about Preston. Now, mind you, I'm saying all this stuff, and I'm going to make a character that becomes a Minuteman. And I'll just deal with it as it comes. But when it comes to other files, when I don't want to deal with any Minutemen, it just cements itself even further. But when I want to create a character that is going to be a Minuteman and do things that Minutemen would do, that's when I'll embrace it. But other times, it's like... Oh, Ockhorn, or is it Ockhorn or Oxhorn? Oxhorn is a pretty popular YouTuber that does Fallout lore. Interesting. Interesting. Store all junk.
Can it wait?
No. Get out of your chair.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it, but it's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, sir.
Okay, let me see. Let's see. Good storyteller, but he never has a bad word for Bethesda, even when Fallout 76 was released in the worst shape possible. He's got a great voice. Huh, I can understand. I can admit that, but he's just so biased, so I had to unsub and stop listening. Grape or strawberry jello? Strawberry. Strawberry for me.
Evening is drawing near. Perhaps we should seek shelter.
Ain't nobody and ain't no thing gonna kill us here. I'll kill them first. But, when it comes to video games as a whole, no game is perfect. Therefore, there is no game that is outside the realm of criticism. It doesn't matter how much I enjoy a game like Marvel's Spider-Man, or even Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, neither one of these games are immune to criticisms. And, to some degree, I can understand some of these criticisms. But there's generally some people out there that will look at games and will refuse to acknowledge that a game has problems, that a game has issues, that a game can launch in a very horrible state, and even though it got better, it shouldn't have launched that way in the first place. When you ignore that and pretend like, oh, that's not even a major issue at all, that's a concern. That's a concern, especially if you want people to, be interested in a video game series, but you don't acknowledge the problem. Is Jell-O like yogurt? I can't remember. No, Jell-O is essentially like it's like jelly. You ever seen a jellyfish? It's that. The consistency and your ability to see through it. It is like it's basically an edible jellyfish if you were to give a piece of food an animal motif. That's essentially what it is. Also, CJ, you asked me if I could read Time Lord Boy's name in Rolf's voice.
Time Lord Boy! We need to go find some things for the Egg Boys! Rolf is sorry for screaming at the top of his lungs. Please forgive Rolf.
I'm sorry. But, it's one thing to be like a massive fan of a game. It's another to just ignore the bad things of a game as a whole and then just continue as if they didn't do anything wrong. Because let's just be honest here. Bethesda has not changed how they do games in years. In over 10 years. Well over 10 years. The games that they're doing, got a dip, take care, Kyushu, and everyone have a great stream. Ogata, it was an honor and a privilege having you here. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself with the time you were here, and I cannot wait to see you the next time. I think we got a chapter of One Piece tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. But you, enjoy yourself, Ogata. Thanks for stopping by. But it's one thing about Bethesda is while we can enjoy their old games, you start to notice that they really haven't done anything to really change anything they've done with their games since Oblivion, really. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Like, characters, gameplay is still stopped whenever you are talking to a person. I mean, that happens here in this game, and sure, you can move around, but you'll also risk disrupting the conversation. So Skyrim locks you into like talking to people. The way the game plays is essentially the same for Bethesda games. That's been that way since like Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, through Skyrim, through Fallout, all of the Fallout games really, and even persists through Starfield, which I'm just going to be honest with you, is not Bethesda's best work. Because everything that Bethesda did with Starfield, I mean, games have already done. For a game as long as it's been in development, it releases in a world where people have already been saturated by every successful thing that No Man's Sky has been doing years prior. Now, of course, they launch with the capabilities of you being able to build your own ship, and that's a nice feature, I'm not going to lie. It's a nice feature for you to be able to build your own ship, but then No Man's Sky releases the ability to build ships and different types of ships, and even keeps increasing the types of ships that you can craft and design and color and all sorts of different things. It's like, okay, No Man's Sky has been doing this for a far longer period. Bethesda is doing it, but it's all right. But this is also like $1 million billion company as well. Plus, the game just plays the exact same, and it's no different from playing any other game they've had in the past. For you to be having this fantastic space adventure, it really does seem like the biggest pull was saying like, hey, we created a giant space game. You get to go to all these planets. Only 1,000 or so. A lot of them are not really all that interesting. But, you know, the astronauts went to the moon and there wasn't anything there. That's not a good comparison. Because I remember when they gave the comparison to like, well, there was nothing on the moon when the astronauts went there, so of course there wouldn't be anything on this planet. That's not the... People don't play space games to replicate anything boring that happens in real life. They play space games because they expect to be entertained and have fun in a fantastical world that is not exactly like our own, in space that is not exactly like our own, and Bethesda hasn't exactly made it interesting. Because, ain't it funny? It's crazy how they create this space game, but the factions and the enemies you face more often than not are all human. They don't, because we had Skyrim. We have the Khajiit, which are cat people. You have Red Guards, you have elves, you have high elves, you have wood elves, you have dark elves, you have orcs, and then you introduce vampires in the mix. You got werebears, you got werewolves, all these different races, all these different creatures and whatnot, and it keeps the game varied because you never know if you're going to be walking down the street and you get ambushed by a werewolf. I've been trying to replicate that on Skyrim for the longest, and I haven't been able to have that happen in several years. But Starfield comes out, and sure, you have all these different creatures that you can kill, but the main factions you tend to face off against, like your main adversaries, are just humans. Not aliens, not humanoids, just humans. And that makes you wonder what happened to all the creativity that you got when you gave us Fallout, well, when you gave us Skyrim and the like.
A consequence of being mechanical in nature.
But that's just me. That's just me. I just feel like Bethesda has really grown used to what people have liked from them in the past, rather than trying to do something new for the future. Mind you, Bethesda still has some good games, but they are not at the level that they used to be. If you don't mind me saying. I'm just saying. Happiness is down. I give you food. I give you water. Wait, there's 7 people here. Oh, great. I gotta make more food and more water. Generator. Alright, cool. I can make this fusion generator. Miscellaneous. Is it in miscellaneous? Hold on. Give me a sec. Family's here. Alright, food is here. Wow, I can't believe I've been going for 2 hours. Okay, resources, crafting, miscellaneous. It's not stores. Power, generators, connector, and switches. This isn't it either. Wouldn't it be in special? Decontamination. It's literally in special. So we just need 1 piece of aluminum, and then we can build this. There's Piper. The long's so annoying. I want to say it's the wife who gets on my nerves the most because she's the most pessimistic and negative. And I'm like, y'all are living in a place that is far better than y'all being hunkered down inside of a museum, traveling from place to place. Why can't you just be grateful? Marcy, isn't it? Marcy Long? Why can't you just be grateful that you're alive? That you have a place where you can have some food. You have a place to sleep. I literally made y'all clean beds. Not dirty beds with like lice-infested mats with spots on it. I mean clean beds with clean sheets. Like military-grade clean sheets. And you still want to complain? After everything I've done for you, you really want to complain? You want to travel for 40 years like the Israelites? After I done brought y'all out of bondage? Some people just be so ungrateful. Just complaining. I just need to go to 1 place that has aluminum. I think ArcJet Systems would be good. I tell you, one time I teleported over here to the ArcJet Systems, and there was a Deathclaw up there by the fountain for some reason. I still remember that to this day. Freaked me out. It proceeded to kill me afterwards. I just need a piece of aluminum, then we can make the transformer. I mean, the teleportation deck. Speaking of transformer, I wish they would just put Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, and Fall of Cybertron back on like PlayStation systems again, so we can play that. Because if we're not gonna get Transformers Reactivate until the year 2025, at least give us something worth playing. Hey Kyushu, they're doing the Transformer racing game! Give us something worthwhile, please. Hey Kyushu, they're doing a Transformers collab for Overwatch! Give us something worth, please. Give us something worth playing. I'm about to say, there shouldn't be any synths in here.
Ours now.
Steel, glass, copper. None of this is aluminum. Chicken or beef broth? Beef broth? I'd have to go with beef too. Chicken broth's good when you're including pieces of chicken. Beef is good for any other piece of meat. Stop it. Stop it. Circuitry, but I do need that though. I'll take it. Come on, where's... Yes, aluminum canister. We got what we needed. We don't need to stick around here anymore. Yeah, we don't need to stick around. There is a cannery near the castle that is loaded with food trays that are made of aluminum. I think it's the Shamrock Fishery. Yeah, I got that unlocked as a location, but I'll worry about that later. I'll mark it down for later just in case I need to do some more modding. Just in case I need to do some more modding, I'll go to the Shamrock, because I believe I have that on my map. I don't think I've went inside, but I do have it marked as a location. Convenient. I'm going to keep the teleportation deck right next to our watermelon patch area. It says it requires power, but you won't let me connect to it! Sturgis! Sorry, this is supposed to be a relaxing Fallout 4 stream.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Alright, let's see if we have the ability to build the rest. We have the ability to build the rest. So we're gonna keep it way over here. And I'm actually going to move this. And then build the satellite dish right there. Run a wire up there. Run a wire right there. Run a wire right there. Hey, that's my first powered on object. Nice. Sturgis!
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready.
A man who could not hack into an easy console at the start of the game is now reading the blueprints for and supposedly helping you build a molecular relay station. Ain't that funny? The dude wasn't able to hack into the service station that had that nuclear, that fusion core they needed in order to power on the power armor at the beginning of the game when they were facing off against the bandits in Concord. But he is smart enough to help you build a literal teleportation platform. Something doesn't add up. Either he was lazy, or he's just getting by on his luck stat being maxed out. Either one of those two things.
I'm ready when you are.
Sure you are. See ya, honey.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Technically speaking, he is a synth. Maybe he has been sabotaging the Minuteman. I forgot. The molecular level. Complete the molecular level. And this is when things, during my first playthrough for Fallout, got really surreal. First, this place is clean. Very clean. View access log. X3-24 validation. X34VR/QN4G8/BT0FV/5ZD2A. I'm not gonna read out this whole thing.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
So here's one thing I would like for games to do more often. Do not reveal the name of the character you're speaking to for the first time until after they introduce themselves. Because then you're just spoiling on who this person is. Good afternoon, Kyushu. How's Fallout 4 running on the PS5? Any crashing problems yet? Nope, no crashes for me on this end yet, but the day's still young. Okay, so let me make sure I didn't do anything wrong. Insert network scanner holotape into Institute terminal. Is there a spot for me to insert it? Sturgis, I hope you gave me... I hope he actually gave me the network thing. Network scanner holotape. There is no way Sturgis just said, hey, put this... Okay, network scanner. Internal network detected. Okay, there it is, right there. Oh, load holotape. Load holotape. Don't worry, I corrected myself. I corrected my own stupidity. There we go. There we go. All right. Brain fart moment has subsided. But yes, Savart, it's good to see you as well. All right. So, but like I said, I would prefer if games do not reveal the person you're speaking to until after they say their actual name. Gives you like a little bit of intrigue, as it were.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
That you kidnap people and turn them in, and that you kidnap people and replace them with robots. What am I supposed to think? You are taking people, doing what with them? I completely forgot, but you're replacing them with robots. For what? How are you... what would you... We gonna talk a little bit more once we see Father.
Show you that you may have the wrong impression.
I highly doubt that I have the wrong impression of you. Because I still remember what you said about your mom during further in the story.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place.
Real quick, I know...
These people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground.
You're kidnapping people!
Perhaps we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
So here's my thing. First, you introduce the Institute, and the biggest view you give us of the Institute is literally empty walls all around. I feel from a thematic angle, it would have been better to show people the moment he said, "Welcome to the Institute." I feel like it would have been better if you just shown people working, showing people walking around, interacting with synths, coursers walking around, just basically life in this moment where you're supposed to be introducing the Institute. But when that happens, you're literally just seeing all around you just big empty space around you, and it's only when you get down to the bottom that you see the people. See, if this was a movie, they would pan out away from the elevator, and then it would show the different levels, the people working. Maybe some people see the elevator with new people coming down, and they'll look at it. You've seen it in other movies before. That gives you a sense of like, okay, it's not just a one-sided view of people who are inside the elevator. People on the outside can see them. You can also see this brand new area we're being introduced to. I know this game is old, but presentation is everything. So when you're going down the elevator and you hear this voice of Father going, "Welcome to the Institute," and you look around you and all you see is just like far off walls, and you don't see people or anything until you get near the bottom, it kind of makes it feel like, "Welcome to the Institute." Institute is very empty, sir. Where's the rest of it? The Institute speaks like it's for humanity, but it's not. No, it's not. The Institute is for the Institute. They also want to redefine mankind. You don't redefine something you love. But do they love it, though? That's the question. Do they love humanity, or do they think that they are capable of transcending humanity? Which is why synths exist. But the Institute does not care about humanity up above. They view humanity as, like, less than themselves. They view humanity as basically, you know, outdated. They're outdated. We are now the future. So no, the Institute is not for humanity whatsoever. I'm keeping the hat on.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
What do you want me to do, Sean? What can I do?
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
So real quick, let me address what Chris has said, Savarda said, and then Scout Fan. That's what I am implying. I did not have enough room. You don't want to change something that you love. You change it because you don't love it. You want to change it into something you love. See, and you want to know what's really weird about this whole interaction with Father right now? Is the fact that you see this child that basically is supposed to be yours, and he's crying for Father. Father, help me. Father, please help me. There's someone here. Help me. And then Father walks in and says, like, code this, code, activate. And then the kid just shuts down. He just completely shuts down. Like, he's not even a child. Let's be frank here. None of these synths are created to be people. They are created to imitate people. To be programmed to imitate people, to imitate life. Not actually gain sentience, even though some of them do, and that's the reason why the railroad helps them. But they're not meant to be human. They are meant to be replacements for humanity above, so that the Institute can do whatever they want above. See, when you get rid of everyone up top with their replacements, then you get to enjoy up top. When everyone's synth, no one will be. But just listening to Father talk, he's talking as if him shutting down a child robot that was, experiencing, scared emotions. It was like, that's not what I expected. We're just gonna have to keep working on that. What? That's how you behave with a robot child? How do you behave with regular human children?
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in.
I'm getting a napkin out because I got food.
You had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
I don't remember having any smart genes in the family, so how?
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Why do I look like a mini Terry Crews with that pimp hat? I wanted to go in with my vault suit, but I didn't want to take off my hat because it's a good hat.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
This is where my feelings towards Sean really dipped. This man said, my mom died. Just a bit of collateral damage. What? The very woman that gave birth to you was killed and you just see it as collateral damage? The very person at the beginning of the game who was struggling to protect you from people who wanted to take you? And you just consider it collateral damage? See, this is the reason why when I played through this initially, I went through the route of destroying the Institute, making sure to get rid of the to get the innocent people out first, but I destroyed it. And I remember when I brought everything down on Sean, he says like, "Get out! How dare you?" And I was all like, "All right, son, see you later." But ain't no way you gonna refer to your own mama as collateral damage. I quick saved because I want to try and see if I can get that
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say?
Nope. We gotta reload. We gotta see what he says. We gotta see what he says. See, saying stuff like that is gonna get you whooped. It's gonna get you a whooping. Excuse me?
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say?
This is like me reloading saves when I was answering questions in Final Fantasy Rebirth. Not defending him at all, but he never met his parents, and he has been raised in a cold, sanitary, scientific environment. He has no emotions that include compassion and love. That's true. That's true. So he don't know, he doesn't have any mindsets of like, I ain't gonna disrespect my mama.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say?
No, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens when accept my conversation check, my charisma check. Roll for a 20 on the charisma check.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you.
There we go.
I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Doubt it!
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
You notice CDs? That "oh please" look? Yeah. So let me go down here, miscellaneous. It probably won't have it listed to get the serum for the guy, would it? Okay, inside job, tradecraft. All right, let's keep it moving. And if I got anyone new watching for the first time, hi, hello, how are you? Y'all have such nice clean stuff. Look at this table. Look at all these tables. So this is where Sean's going to be dying. I think you're supposed to take the serum for Virgil while you are destroying the Institute. So I can't get the serum now. I can only find it when we're preparing to destroy the Institute. Okay, here we go. Here's the stairs.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Did he even say anything? I was supposed to hear a thank you, ma'am, but I didn't hear that.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Do you even know who I am?
I hope it'll be yours too.
Doc,
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor.
Did you just walk away from me in the middle of a conversation?
Dr. Fillmore.
Hey, what do you need?
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely.
No, hold up. Hold up, what's going on here?
We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Where did her head go? First, I'm sorry. It just works. First, you just break off the